You know, every time I see one of these racing movies, no matter what it is, I always get into my Toyota Camry 2006 model, and I think I could be one of these racing drivers and act all badass. But then I realize I'm driving a Toyota fucking Camry. Just that pure moment of realization breaks your heart. Vroom vroom! Hello everybody, welcome to MaffmanJones Movie Reviews. I'm your host John Maffio, and today's featured movie is the video game adaptation film known as Need for Speed, directed by the guy who made the great Act of Valor. It was okay, I guess. It stars Jesse Pinkman, also known as Aaron Paul, Imogen Poots, Dominic Cooper, Michael Keaton, Dakota Johnson, the girl from 50 Shades of Grey movie, Scott Mescudi, also known as the rapper Kid Cudi. Oh, love him. And a couple other guys. And the story is about a dirty, greedy butthole who is played by Dominic Cooper, who commits an act of betrayal, and this causes Aaron Paul to go on a cross-country journey to seek vengeance. It technically, in my opinion, is probably the most competently made video game adaptation ever. Second to Mortal Kombat, because Mortal Kombat, as shitty and cheesy as it is, captures the spirit of the game so damn well. This movie is technically, I would say, the better movie. But again, there was no plot to Need for Speed, so it doesn't even make sense to even mention it. But I already have like a few times, so I'm being a stupid hypocrite. Back to the review. Believe it or not, Need for Speed is a very well-made, competent, fun, and entertaining movie. It has decent performances. Aaron Paul is really good in everything, so he really carries this film, and he really shows you that he could be a movie star if he wanted to be. The racing is all practical, there's no CGI there, and the stunt work is pretty darn cool. Intelligently put. Although a couple racing scenes do feel too sporadic in their introduction, and also becoming a bit repetitive while also being gratuitous in ways if you're not a big fan of sports racing, most of it is engaging in fact, and none of it goes into a true realm of unbelievability. Everything seems plausible for the most part except for a couple instances, but it never goes into that Fast and Furious territory where you're like, okay, that was ridiculous, but I'm still buying it. This movie you could pretty much buy everything going on for the most part. Visually, Need for Speed looks pretty beautiful, and in some regards it actually has really good cinematography, some of the best I've seen this year so far. The story is simple, the plot is a revenge plot, vengeance. Aaron Paul wants to seek out Dominic Cooper's character for a certain thing that happens in the movie, and it follows that suit. The only thing I would say is that it does progress, and there are peaks, highs, and lows like in any movie, but it does drag on at certain points, and you feel like all I wanted to see was this final battle, racing battle, between Dominic Cooper and Aaron Paul. And you get that, and it's very satisfying. But on the way to that journey, getting to that conclusion, some parts just feel not rushed, but dragged on. And you're sitting there waiting, pounding your feet, and just like shaking like, are we moving on yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? But there are also really fun moments that make up for those dragged losses. Most surprisingly, I actually genuinely bought the emotional coat of paint that this film was brushed with. And it is obvious and cheesy, and it's beaten with a dead horse, mentioning it to you throughout the movie that, yeah, you're supposed to feel emotion for these characters, and for Aaron Paul, because he's really grieving over this loss that happened during the beginning of the film. But I didn't mind it. The film does, as well, shift in tone a lot. It'll go from being dead serious to being cheesy fun. And I don't mind having a mix of that so we have a balance, but at times it felt like the direction was misguided rather than just being, aware of what's going on. But overall, the film adaptation of the video game, Need for Speed, that's so ridiculous sounding, was entertaining. It's a lot of fun. The acting is fun. The movie is actually, competently made for what it's supposed to be. And I had more fun than I expected. Not a great movie, not a terrible movie, just in the middle. And it has memorable moments, so I might be picking it up when it comes out on Blu-ray. I had fun with it. It is a 3 out of 5 stars. It's a full-course Applebee's meal. Vroom vroom. Meet me at the mall. It's going down. Anywhere you meet me, guarantee it's going down. Now, let's turn the tables onto you. Spotlight is on you. What did you think of this movie, Need for Speed? Let me know what you thought about it in the comments down below. Please subscribe and like this video so you'll never, ever miss a review or video from me ever again. Also check out Facebook, Twitter, and Wheel of Film in the info box. I am John Maffio, aka MaffmanJones, and I have the need for speed in my Toyota Camry that doesn't go past 85 miles per hour without crushing the brakes. Shit. See you next time.